And there we go. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everybody tonight? I hope everybody is doing well. Crazy, crazy, crazy. A lot of crazy stuff going on in the world, and we're going to be talking about that here shortly. But I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you guys are having a good week. We're getting rain down here finally. It started raining last night. Got a decent amount of rain last night. It's here and there, but probably since about actually the downspouts, and so I had to pull back, pull leaves out, clean leaves off. But we got the screens up there, so everything is filtered, so that's all going well. The one tank behind the wolf layer is almost full now. That one is almost full. I was looking at that today. I was like, wow, that is awesome. The other one, we had just hooked up the tank on that one, and that one is working on getting filled up as well. So that one's doing well also. The one tote in front of the wolf's lair, or in front of the Raven's Nest, the pavilion, that we utilize quite a bit of water with the get together. That one's almost all the way back to being refilled, and so it just it's cool. It's cool watching these things get to where they need to be. And as we get more tanks set up, being able to check on them and see where everybody's at and how their water issues are going to be resolved because of having these tanks is going to be just fantastic. But being able to be in that position where we go, okay, these ones are good, they're full, it's awesome. But all right, so before we jump into anything, couple things I wanted to go after. Helena is expected to go as far north as West Virginia. Yeah, I heard that, JJ. We're gonna get rain. That's fine. We're like I said, we need the rain. A nice steady rain for about 24 hours would be awesome. Refill all the reservoirs for everybody, and really give the ground a good soaking. That's what we need because we have not had a lot of rain. So but that happens the last 2 years that I've been down here. That we get that one period in the summer where we have an extended period where we just don't get a lot of rain, and so again, I want to be in a position where we're prepared for that, knowing that that will happen, being ready to deal with it, and so when you do have a rain, you get as much as you possibly can, and all that type of stuff. So, but all right, so but anyway, family friendly oriented channel, folks. So I'm asking everybody to please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. If you cannot abide by those very simple, easy rules, those awesome people lit up in blue with the blue wrenches will boot you out of here. Okay. So let's all just be decent, have a great chat, and we will go from there. Uh, Second thing, if you have something that you want to see stand out to me, please all cap locks. It makes a big, big difference. I see it much better that way. But all right, so we have this situation going on right now with George Soros. George Soros is in the process of buying 227 radio stations here in the U.S. Okay, he is 93 years old, and he is still worth like 6.7 billion. He's given away up to $32 billion already. Obviously, a very, very left-leaning individual. Uh, so before we get into talking about the radio stations that he's buying now, earlier he bought 60 Spanish-speaking radio stations, and one of those radio stations that he bought was based down in Miami. Okay, very conservative channel, anti-communism channel, and the lady that was running that was the main lady for that, left the radio station right after he took over. Now, apparently, that radio station now, which retained the same name, basically does, sports and weather and stuff like that now. No conservative stuff at all. Okay. So the timing of what he's doing now with trying to buy these 227 channels or stations. Now, the FCC is fast tracking this purchase before the election. Imagine that. Isn't that interesting how that works? Now, the head of the FCC is a Republican, but the majority of the people that are in the FCC are all Democrats, and they are fast tracking this purchase. Now, just so you know, a couple of prominent names. Hannity would be one of them, is one of the channels that he would be purchasing, right? Another one would be Glenn Beck, and that lady that did anti-communism stuff on that Spanish channel that he already bought before. She's on another channel that he would be buying the station for. Uh, think about the propaganda. It would be the second largest um, grouping of radio stations in the country. And so it reaches a tremendous amount of people. You can do a lot of propaganda when you own all that type of stuff, and you can shut down the channels that you don't want out there talking against what your beliefs are. So, a foreign born individual is not allowed technically to own more than 25% of anything. And I think this would give him a 40% stake. If I read it right when I was reading about this earlier, which basically would give him a controlling interest in this whole thing. So I think the price tag was like $400 million. And so yeah, it's just and it's a bankrupt the company that he is purchasing. They're a bankrupt company, so of course he's getting a great deal on it. When you have people in the FCC are fast tracking it, so they're not going through the normal procedures um, that they normally would have to go through with regulations and reviews and all that type of stuff. A lot of the money to purchase this is coming from foreign countries. So that's should be a red flag. Of course, it'll go through, folks. They're going to make sure it goes through. We all already know that, because there's rules for us, and then there's rules for them. There's a big difference, and so that's just part of the agenda, when it comes to that. But again, just before the election heats up, hey, Asif, our local conservative talk radio station Word is being bought by him. Food for the chicks. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, and again, that channel will probably be no more once he takes control, Asif. So appreciate the statement, letting us know that information, and thank you. The chickens will be happy. They're always looking to eat. So, but it's just it's concerning. It's also concerning that they're not going through the proper way that they would do it for anybody else, because he's a multi-billionaire. He gets special privilege. It shouldn't be that way. Shouldn't be that way at all. But it's just a crazy situation. But again, but they want total. Guys, if you can't tell, all right, it's total and complete control. That's the agenda overall. Controlling your minds, controlling what you hear, controlling the information. I mean, I don't know if you saw, there was an interview done with Harris, and she was talking about there needs to be oversight for like a lot of these like social media things, controlling the information basically, because things are being said out here on these channels that she don't like, or they don't want that information shared. So they want to control, and it's already being done to a way here on YouTube, right? Google is a very liberal owned organization, which is a fact, right? They're the ones that are in charge. And there is also, like I said, we have to self-regulate ourselves. There's certain topics that we cannot bring up, as YouTubers. There's certain things that we can't say. So there's no free speech. There's no free speech now. So when you have somebody with his mindset, and if he gets control of these 227 stations, what do you think he's going to do? You know what I mean? And again, the majority of people out there, folks, are going to believe whatever information is fed to them. They're not going to do the research. They're not going to look and say, hey, wait a minute, that doesn't sound right. Let me see what's going on here. They're never going to do that. They're going to hear the information from these individuals and they're going to go, that's the truth. And and that's it. And that's what they do. That's what they do. They don't want you to question anything. They want you to just be submissive, do as you're told, not make any waves. So what do you got? 158 people in the chat already, guys. We're at 67 on the thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would please ask you to do so to show support for the channel, and I thank you ahead of time. It really does make a huge difference with the algorithms. So the more interaction, the better it is for the channel. So I thank you for that reason as well. But again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would also ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And again, I thank you ahead of time for that. So, but anyhow, yeah, it's just a lot of craziness going on. It's not going to stop. Again, I, like I said, I go with my gut in a lot of things, and and I've been encouraging people to stock up on food for how long? For years, right? Because if you guys remember, way back when I was telling people stock up on food, you know why? Because it'll never be cheaper than it is right now, and look where we're at right now. And I will tell you the same thing today that I said all those years ago. Stock up on food because it will never be cheaper than it is right now. And it's outrageous now. It's gotten crazy. The cost of things has just gone through the roof. And so, if you can be in a position to be able to stock up, you're going to be helping your family better off dealing with whatever may be coming. So, it just, that's my thing. And well, I wanted to share something with you guys, and I think this is important. It's some food for thought, and you can take it, you can do whatever you want with it. Okay, so there's a place down here where I got 50-gallon barrel drums. All right, and I have two of them that are sitting outside. They've been sitting outside for a year and a half now, I think, at least. One of them I have her dog food in, and in the other one, I keep extra chicken feed and stuff like that. It's got a rubber seal gasket. No water gets in them. They got the snap lids where you put the lid on, and then you got the thing that goes around it. You snap it. It works great. They're awesome. So I've been using those two. So I wanted to get more for here to be able to start putting food in 50-gallon barrel drums, because your rodents are not going to be able to chew through metal. So if you have them sealed up and they're packed away, you're going to be in better shape. Well, I went back to the place that I had purchased these drums, and I had purchased them for $50 a piece. And so I went there to go get two more. And they had drums, but they didn't have the gaskets in them, and it wasn't that sealed tight thing. So I was like, I took a pass on them. Well, one of the guys in the group, Mark, um, we have a group chat that we do, and he said to me, he goes, I got this thing on Facebook Messenger, and this guy has these 50-gallon drums for $10 a piece. And I said, dude, go check them out and make sure they have the rubber gaskets. And if they do, grab some, because I'm sure that other people in the group are going to want them as well. I'm talking, ma'am. She's so vocal. She's something else. So anyway, if you guys hadn't heard, I mentioned, I think in the first earlier video today, she is now in heat. I have a buddy of mine that has a nice male German Shepherd that he's already brought over here before, and they played and they got along great. He's going to be bringing him over. Excuse me, I'm talking now. I don't care. No, it's not all about you. All right, you got to get down. Go on now. Be a good girl. Um, he's going to come over with his male, and we're going to breed them. So excited about that. Definitely want her puppies. So that's if it's pixelated cat, sign out and sign back in because it might be on your end. We took the long way home. Well, welcome to the channel. How much would it cost to send a puppy to Canada? Ooh, I don't know. That would you'd have to see customs and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? You'd have to see customs and everything. I have no idea what that would be. I think she's going to have great puppies though. But no problems with anything going rancid with the drums being left out in the elements. Well, like I said, the two drums that I have out there right now, JJ, I'm not, I haven't had any issues. I mean, I open up the drums. Her stuff is completely dry, no issues whatsoever. So, and the chicken feed is completely dry as well. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, she's my baby. She's my doggy. Um, but anyhow, so Mark went and looked at the drums. They did have the rubber gaskets. He went yesterday and picked up 10 because that's all he could get on his trailer. He went back today and he picked up another 10. The guy says he gets them periodically. So we're going to get those 20 barrels down here, and we're going to utilize them. That way, group members can, if they want to buy a barrel, they can buy a barrel. $10 is a whole lot cheaper than 50. And that was another thing that I was going to talk about with you guys with the when you have several different people working together, these type of deals are going to pop up. And if you can get that and save money for the group of people, what a great thing. And so, hats off to Mark for keeping an eye open and finding these drums at this price. And if he can get more down the road, I don't think the guy had a whole lot left. But if he can get more down the road, we're going to have him get them because they will absolutely come in handy. Like I said, great for food storage. And, like obviously you're going to vacuum seal your stuff. I would probably line the barrels with a contractor garbage bag and put everything in that. So, how do you keep the water tools from freezing in the winter? Good question, Pappy Prepper. Thank you for asking it. Down here, we don't have seriously long extended periods of super cold weather. So I have not really had any problem with the totes freezing down here. Now, the big one that I had in New York, I had the 550-gallon tank. That thing would be an ice block up there because it gets really cold. The only way that you could really make sure if you are in an area where you have extended periods of cold would be thermal mass. So what do I mean by that? You have your water tank, take wood chips, right? Take wood chips and put it all the way around your tank. That's going to keep your tank warmer. It's going to keep the water warmer, and that way it won't freeze. We really don't have that issue down here. I think the coldest, longest streak that we had down here, we had a period where we had like a 2 week period of really cold weather, and then it warmed back up again. Like when it snows down here, we can get a snowstorm, but a week later, all the snow is gone. So, if the picture's blurry, Joe, sign out and then just sign back in. Okay. If you guys are having any issues with that, if you ever have any problems with sound or anything like that, yeah, sawdust will also keep ice. Yeah, that's what they use in ice houses. So, um, but yeah, you could do that type of thing. That's what I would suggest. If you're in an area where you're going to have extended periods of really cold weather and you have water totes like that, thermal mass is the best way to go to keep them warmer so that they don't freeze and you can still utilize them. Like I said, we have not had that issue down here, which has been great. So we're just kind of doing what we can. So yeah, it's just like I said, that's worked really really well down here. I've never middle of winter, the tote behind the battery room, turn the water on and the water ran. So no issues from that part. So I don't really foresee a problem. And if we did, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I like I said, the weather down here is a little bit different. So, but DJ said it's YouTube. I've tried signing in and out a lot. Ah, okay. Yeah. Well, that what a surprise. We're talking about somebody that is a problem, and they don't like that because obviously they agree with him. So why would they not like cause problems so that people have a difficult time? But anyway, like I said, when you have a lot of people working together, and that's what we have with our group, we're very, very fortunate. And people can find those deals that are going to save the group money. There's a big difference between $10 a barrel and $50 a barrel. So, if we can get them for $10, you can buy, 5 barrels for the cost of one, the other way. So that's a great thing. So I'm real happy about that. That's going to be another, um, you know, another good bonus for what we're trying to accomplish down here. And again, being able to make sure, um, YouTube. Okay, well, I'm sorry, Janet. Sorry that they're doing that, but it's another really good way. Again, like I said, as far as storing stuff so that it's going to be safe and protected. If you want to put it in plastic, guys, knock yourself out. But the mice are going to chew right through that plastic. They're going to be able to get in at your food, and then it's going to be no good. If you have it in a 50-gallon barrel drum, vacuum seal it if you want to. Put it in it also. Like I said, again, I'm going to be putting things in contractor garbage bag. It's also happening on Ryan Hall y'all's channel as well. Really? Okay. That's nuts. I don't know what, who knows, but anyway, again, the more things that you can do, especially when you have many people looking at different things. Oh, what do we got? National Weather Service tornado warning in this area until 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Take shelter now in a basement or an interior room or the lowest floor of a sturdy building. If you are outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Wow. Well, that's nice. That's only another 38 minutes. I think we'll take our chances. So, well, hopefully that's not good. We don't want no tornadoes. No, thank you. We'll take a pass on those. But yeah, that's what that just was a so. Carol Maine, a shout out, please. Well, hello, Carol. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. Folks, I'll tell you, I have a lot of concerns. I go with my gut on a lot of things, and my gut keeps telling me. And listen, I hope I'm wrong. I will tell you, I hope that I am wrong. So I want people to be as ready as they possibly can be, and that's why I'm always encouraging people to prepare because I think there's something in line. Um, I keep hearing this crap. Oh, Harris is going to beat Trump and stuff like that. I think they know there's no chance of Harris beating Trump because as soon as people realize what Harris is and what she's about, they're not voting for her. So their next step, if you will, would be to set something off, uh, you know, so that they can maintain control and maintain that power. And that would not surprise me. That would not surprise me at all. So, the more ready we are, the better our chances are going to be in the long run to take care of what we need to take care of. And that's why I want you guys to really be proactive, be as ready as you possibly can. Because when that other shoe drops, folks, again, it's like I talk to people all the time, and I'm going to share this with you because this is kind of the scenario that I try to explain to people. I say to them, if the lights went off tomorrow and we're not coming back on, right? Power went out all across everywhere, not coming back on. How ready are you? That's what I ask. I always ask that question. And people say, for the most part, I have most people say, not that ready. Okay. So I said, why not? You know what I mean? When I tell people that having a 2 week supply of food and water available to them for an emergency situation, and as soon as you say prepper, SHTF, they disconnect. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. So I always try to go with the whole natural disaster thing. And I say, if you have a 2 week supply of food and water available to you, It gives you an advantage over 93% of the people. I can't afford a generator. You don't have to afford a generator. That's not what I'm saying. If you have a 2 week supply of food and water available to you, okay, you are going to have an advantage over 93% of the people in this country. Why would you not take that little bit of an edge, right? So long term, a generator is good short term, folks. Generator is not going to be good long term because as soon as you run out of gas, regardless of how much gas you have stocked up, as soon as you run out of gas, you're done. The generator ain't going to work no more. The chainsaws ain't going to work no more. So that's what you got to think about. You got to think about those things and plan for them and be ready for them. Okay. So that's my take on it. It's just being as prepared as you possibly can be. Do what you can with what you have to work with. Again, doing nothing, right? Um, Ed, with the current state of the economy, makes it much more difficult for a lot of folks. And JJ, I get that. I totally get that. That's why, JJ, again, you look at one of the series that I did here on YouTube. I did a series of videos. I can't remember how many episodes of it I did, 12 or 13, of prepping on $10 a week. What could I buy for $10 a week to prepare to get food put away? And I'm going to tell you what, in that very short period of time, I had quite a large amount of food. So do nothing and have nothing. Do a little bit, if that's all you can do, a little bit, right? That's going to help you in the long run. Do nothing, folks, and guess what's going to happen when it all goes to crap? You're going to be just as screwed as everybody else. So, Ed, the bottom line is it has to take priority. You're right, Real Freedom. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. It has to be a priority. You know, again, I will when people cry poor mouth to me, all right, and it's really frustrating to me, really, really frustrating to me. And I get it. Some of us, financially things are tough, and I get that. I totally understand that. But it is amazing to me, and I've had people that were neighbors that cried poor mouth all the time, but they always had money for a few things, folks. Okay, they always had money for cigarettes. They always had money for alcohol. They always had money for drugs. They always had money for lottery, scratch off tickets, that type of stuff. And you know what? And have you ever seen a line at McDonald's? I've never seen a non-line at McDonald's. There's always a line around the building. So people are still eating fast food. Okay. So you have the money for all those things, but you don't have money to put stuff away. Here's an idea. I mean, if you live in New York, I think, what is it, up to $15 a pack in New York now? I mean, I know down here in West Virginia, I think it's $11 a pack for cigarettes. It's insane. Okay. So cut back on your smoking, right? And oh, I can't, I've tried, blah, blah, blah. Bull crap. If you want to, you can do anything that you want to do. So I get so sick and tired, and I'm just being honest with you guys. I get so sick and tired of people making excuses of why they can't do this. I can't do this because of this. I can't do that because of that. It's all you're giving yourself an out. You're trying to give yourself an out. So when the time comes, well, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Well, guess what? When the time comes, it's not my fault either. And I wish you the best of luck, but you ain't coming here. Okay? Not with the people that have sacrificed and put away and done what we had to do, you know? It's $15 charge here in Connecticut, but I don't smoke cigarettes. Well, that's good. Yeah, that's insane. I'll tell you what, guy, and I've talked about this too. Um, I smoked cigarettes when I was a kid. I started smoking cigarettes at 12 years old, and I quit when I was 16. And people say, "Oh, well, you didn't really smoke long enough." I was up to 2 packs a day by the time I was 16 because I'll be honest with you, I don't do nothing half-assed. All right, I'm in 100% or not at all. I'm all in. So I made the decision to quit at 16, and a couple of reasons. Okay, actually there was three. When I quit at 16, one, I got so sick and tired of people mooching cigarettes all the time. Can I have a cigarette? Can I have a cigarette? And I used to say, hey, they'll sell you a pack too. Okay. The second reason I quit was because I could feel at 16 what it was doing to me physically. And I said, this is messed up, man. I don't like this. And so the third reason I quit, because you guys are going to love this one, they just raised the price of cigarettes. I was paying 75 cents a pack, and they had just increased the price to $1 a pack for cigarettes. So they raised it a quarter a pack. And I'm like, there's no way I'm not paying $1 a pack for cigarettes. So that's how long ago it was, which is a long time. Margie, I got another half an hour on this live stream, and I'll call you back. All right, bye. So anyway, I quit, and I just stopped. People said to me, how did you quit? I said, I don't want to do it anymore. So I stopped. It's just like every drug addict you see out there, folks. Okay. And I partied back in the day, and I've been very honest about that. And when I decided to stop, I stopped. Didn't do it anymore. It's amazing how that works, right? But everybody wants to play a victim. Oh, I can't do it. It's a disease and blah, 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 blah. Bull crap. It's not a disease. It's a choice. It's a choice. So I have zero empathy for people that come up with all the excuses in the world, right? Oh, it's because of this, or because mommy and daddy didn't hold me enough when I was little, or whatever. I don't care what your excuses are, but excuses are just excuses so that you have an out and you can say, well, it's because of X, Y, or Z, which is nonsense. Okay. It's a personal choice. You choose to do it or you choose not to do it. And when you decide to quit, and you ever see the folks, guys? Okay. I just saw somebody, and I believe actually watches the channel here, just posted 26 years of sobriety, right? So they quit doing drugs or drinking or whatever they were doing 26 years ago, stopped, and are still sober today. Why are they still sober today? Because they decided to be. They decided to. Yeah, we are under. I know. I got the warning. It's up to 9 o'clock. Okie Forge. I saw it. So, but yeah, even the price of pop and soda is ridiculous. Yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So all of it's expensive. And so you have to make a choice. So like now everybody's vaping. I see all these the younger generation, they're all vaping. So, well, I'm not smoking, I'm vaping. Oh, I'm sure that's great for you as well. Got to be great, for your body. I'm sure it is. I just don't get it. I don't get it. But when people decide to stop doing something, when they've reached whatever bottom they have to reach, that's when they'll do something. And I'm going to tell you what. I had a buddy of mine. He had a son that had problems. Okay, and he said to me, he goes, "Is there hope?" And I said, "Listen, here's what I have observed through the years. If men have not pulled their head out of their behind by the time they are 30 years old, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. All right. If they have not pulled their head out of their butts and got themselves squared away by the time they're 30, it's never going to happen." And his son, who is past 30 now, has been in and out of jail, a lot of drug issues, and one of those people, again, that plays the victim. It's not his fault. Well, it's 100% his fault because it's the choices that he's making. I feel bad for my buddy because he loves his son. But he got to a point where he stopped enabling him. And that's what I told him. I said, you are enabling him. You are allowing him to continue this pattern of doing what he's doing without having to face the consequences. So when his son went to jail, he said, good luck. And that's what he needed to do. Sometimes it sucks, and tough love is very, very hard, but you do what you got to do. But anyway, again, it's always about choices, and the money's there for prepping if you want it to be. It doesn't have to be a lot, folks. Like I said, $10 a week is not a lot of money. And over time, that $10 a week will add up, and you will have a substantial amount of food available to you. You're probably buying gallons of milk right at the store. Most people are. I mean, if you got kids, you probably are buying that, right? Case of water. A case of water is what, like $5? That's not a ton of money. Um, buy 5 or 6 cases, right? Start drinking the very first one you bought, and then as that one goes away, you buy two more. So you're replacing the one that you had. Now you got another one. It's all part of what you want to do. It's always about choices. So you can do it if you really want to do it. Yeah, and JJ saying the dollar store will be your best friend. Yeah, beans and stuff like that at the dollar store. So, but again, it's always about choices. It's what you want, it's how bad you want it. If you want to do something about it, I have several people that have contacted me through the years, okay, that, I'm on a fixed income and I prep. And, I put away XYZ amount of, a month or a week, and that's what I use. And again, you got to make it part of your budget. It's got to be part of your budget. We all have a budget. We all have, okay, I'm bringing in X, Y, or Z, and so now what are my expenses? And again, and there's something else there as well. How are you spending your money? If you sat down and you write it out, where am I spending my money? Where's it going? And if you're pissing away, you know, like I say, cigarettes and beer and scratch off tickets and lottery tickets, and all that, that's where a lot of that money's going, or drugs or whatever else. So, again, it's all choices. Don't go to Starbucks and buy, the Froca Mocha, whatever you're buying for, $8 freaking when you can just go ahead and get a cup of coffee. So again, yeah, black beans $1.25 a bag. Yep. Yeah, a Google account just put that up there. Yeah, and that's it's your dollar store. So, you know, buy a whole bunch of black beans, and now you got a whole bunch of protein that's going to store and store well for 25 to 30 years. So, again, it's always, always, always about choices. And so, again, I'm not saying what I'm saying to try to belittle anybody or to judge you. I'm just saying the excuses don't work with me. They don't work with me because I'm going to tell you what. I grew up poor. I grew up with nothing, you know, and so to me, it's like everything that I've had or got through my life, I worked my butt off to get there. And so, that's, you know, there was no free handouts, and mommy and daddy didn't buy me my first car. I bought my own first car. Well, I'll tell you what happened with my first car. My first car was a 1972 Chevy Impala four-door boat, $550. My grandmother fronted the money for that car, and I gave my grandmother $50 a week out of my $118 a week paycheck until I paid that car off. So yeah, I bought my first car, on the payment plan. But it was what had it paid off in 2.5 months, or well, just a little bit over. But that's how you do it, and then it's insurance and all that other stuff. And I think back then in the day, you were on mom and dad's insurance. So, I was a kid, so, but again, you do what you have to do. So you buy beaters, and you do what you got to do. And I hate to say it, but it's not our money. Our names are not even on the dollar. The Federal Reserve is. And when we fill out a tax form, we are signing up to play the game. They can do whatever they want. They always will do whatever they want. Reds Homestead, they will always do whatever they want. But again, like I said, the way that we can play the game is we can get ready. And when the whole rotten structure falls down into itself, you're going to be in a better position than most. And that's what I encourage. Again, be as self sufficient as you possibly can. That's important. That's really important because if you're not, you're going to be in trouble. And, to me, and I've said this, I'm going to make a statement which I've said many, many times as well. Okay. When SHTF happens, when it happens, because it's coming, I 100% in my heart know that it's coming. Okay. When it happens, you're going to have what you have. That's it. That's all you're going to have. You're going to have what you have. No more going to the store. No last minute runs to go get medicines, to go get whatever you feel like you might need to get, that last minute stuff. If you don't already have it, you're not getting it. So, again, I will encourage you, look at your situation. What do I need? What do I want? Okay. And that's your choice. And you can do whatever you want to do. And that's how you do it. A little bit at a time. And over time, it adds up. It really, truly does. And it's up to you, you know, again. So, what do we congratulate Malachi's Corner on? What did I miss? Oh, 4 more months and my truck is paid off. Cool, very cool. That's always a good thing. Yeah, I got like 3 more years. I got like 3 more years on my truck. So, but you know, but again, like I said, folks, we have choices. We can do what we want, or we can make excuses. And I don't make excuses. I do the best that I can. I'm like anybody. Here's one of the things I really want to share with you guys, because I think that this is important. I don't think a lot of people think about this. Okay, every single person watching right now is going through something in their life, be it you directly, somebody you care about. There's something going on in your life right now. Okay, and that's a fact. Everybody is going through something. So, again, it sucks. It's not fun, but we all are going through something. So, when you're talking to people and you go out and you meet people and you're engaging with people, and maybe they're having a bad day, you don't know why they're having a bad day. They could have got some tragic news about themselves or somebody they care about that put them in that mood. But, it's a tough situation, but we're all going through something. So I always try to be decent to people because of that, because I don't know what they're going through unless they decide to share it with me and say, hey, this is a situation that's going on in my life right now. And I go, wow, that really sucks, and I'm sorry to hear that, or whatever the case may be. But again, you know, take that into consideration when you're dealing with people. Now, I will tell you this as well. There are people out there, folks, that are straight up a-holes. Straight up a-holes. They're just miserable people that will try to suck the happiness out of anything and everyone because they're miserable. They want everybody else to be miserable as well. Now, again, with those type of people, you have to make a decision, right? Do I want to be around them? Do I want to associate with those type of people? I will tell you right now, I have told people through the years, I mean, I haven't hated anybody, and I couldn't even tell you when. It's been a long time, since I was in my early 20s. A piece of advice I heard in high school that is held true: is half beginning is half done. Just beginning the term paper is the most difficult step. Beginning the prep is the most difficult step. Oh, that's interesting. Well, thank you for sharing that, Asif. I appreciate that. But yeah, just getting started is half the battle. Yep, doing the prep work and just getting it going, getting it started. Thank you very much for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. But again, um, no, where was I just at? What was I just saying? God, I hate that when that happens. What was I just saying, guys? I was making a point about something. Help bump start my brain. Uh, what was I just saying, guys? Come on, help me out. Because I was making a point about something. Oh, about people being nice to each other. Yeah. Oh, I know. Yes. Okay, I got you. So I was talking about the fact that I don't hate anybody. Okay, I really don't, because it's a waste of my time and energy. If somebody is a jerk or an a-hole, I just don't bother with them because it's not worth my time. I had somebody recently. I will tell you what. Somebody I was working with, and this woman was just miserable, miserable. And I went up to her and I had a conversation and I said, listen, I said, you don't like me very much, do you? And she goes, well, why do you say that? I said, I say hi to you, you don't say hi back. I said, you act like I don't exist. And I said, I know I've done nothing to you. And she goes, well, I just have resting bitch face. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. But I just, so you know what? I stopped saying hello. I just left her alone. And I told her, I said, listen, I'll tell you right now, if you don't like me, I don't give a shit. I don't care. I said, that's a party of one. I'm not going to hate you because you don't like me. I said, so you're on your own on that one. I'll do egg count in just a second. Thank you, guys. Um, I said, that's on you. I'm not going to waste my time or energy with people like that. I'm just not going to do it. So, and she's already long gone. She's long gone, which people like that, they don't last. If you guys in jobs, have you seen people that are miserable pricks basically and a job? How long do they last? Are they there forever and ever and ever? No, they're out of there quick. They're out. They don't stay long because they're so miserable. They're so unhappy with themselves. That's just the way that it is. So, well, let's do this first. We got 212 in the chat. We're at 136 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. Again, I thank you. It really does make a big difference with the algorithms as well. So the more interaction, the better for the channel. So that thumbs up or thumbs down can definitely make a difference. So again, it's very much appreciated. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And I thank you for that reason as well. So, okay, how many eggs today? And yes or no for Miss Betty White starting now. So we have 5 hens altogether, guys. So just so you know. So we'll get you guys, give you some time to get your guesses in, and we will go from there. I think YouTube is trolling again. Well, they're going to do what they're going to do. There's not much we're going to be able to do about it. So, Dawn Hill in nursing, yeah, there's a lot of biatches. Yeah, well, some people are just miserable, and it's sad. And it really is. And you just feel sorry for them, realistically. That's all. Like I said, I'm not going to waste my time with those type of people. I have better things to do. I want to hang out with positive people, right? Positivity breeds positivity. Negativity breeds negativity. And if you are around somebody who is constantly negative, constantly putting you down or saying negative things, that affects you. It affects you physically, and it affects your life, and it's just not worth it to me. So, like I said, I got better things to do, and I'm not wasting my time. So I'll give you just one more minute to get your guesses in, and then I will announce who the winner is. Ah, man, that green tea is tasting good today. Does YouTube not like live stream chat with opinions? Probably not, Vicky. Probably not. Okay. If you had the same time guess as a multiple winner, who do you guys think won the live stream when I say a multiple time winner? Who do you think won? We're going to do that real quick just for fun. Who do you think won the live stream guess for the egg count? DJ. DJ won again. He was the second guess. He had the correct guess with 3 eggs today. And yes, for Miss Betty White. I don't know how this freaking guy keeps getting this. I mean, that's got to be between 12 and 15 wins for DJ now. At least. So, congratulations to DJ. You've won absolutely nothing. Ed, you should start a B channel where you drink beer and curse. I would pay for that. Oh, believe me, I can curse with the best of them. Trust me. You ask anybody that is in my group, I am straight up me when that they're here, and the F word is used quite frequently. So I will. I had made a decision very early on with YouTube to not swear on the channel because I thought I could get my point across without swearing. And so, that was, and I wanted to keep the channel more family friendly. Now, I will occasionally say an off color word or you'll catch something that you shouldn't hear. If you guys remember when Angry Prepper was here, and I had forgot to plug in the camera, but the microphone was working, and I had some colorful language that I used, and I had to restart the live stream because I had screwed up. But that happens. That's life, and so yeah, I. Oh, I got to tell you something. I will tell you a story talking about swearing. Okay. Um, so my last, well, the last facility that I worked in, I worked in a rehab facility, and we had a patient that was a complete a-hole. I mean, just unbelievable. I can't even begin to tell you, and I won't get into all the details. But so we were in the nurses' station, right? In the med room. We're in the med room doing the count. So at that, you got four nurses in the med room because I'm taking over one half, the other nurse is taking over the other half, and the 2 day nurses are there with you doing the med count. So we're in this locked, closed room, and I said, "Is Mr. So and so always an a-hole?" Right? Well, one of those nurses into an office and they were like, "Did you say, is Mr. So and so always an a-hole?" And I went, "Yes, I did." And they were like, "Well, do you feel that that's appropriate?" I said, "Listen, it was said in the med room. It was not said around any of the patients. It was not said around any of the family members. And if you think that's bad, what I said, you should hear how all these women talk in that med room and what they say. So, I mean, please." And, so they kind of let that one go because it was like, I wasn't saying it in front of patients and I wasn't saying it in front of family members. I was saying it, in a closed door room with other of my working peers. So, Vicky said, "Ed, how is Heather? Does she still have her same job?" Heather's doing well. I'm not going to really discuss what job she's doing or not doing because I've had hate that I've dealt with through individuals. And so, but she's doing well with her job. She's happy with what she's doing. And so that's, like I said, that's all I care about. And, no, Heather's doing very, very well. So, but, uh, but no, I'll be 100% honest with you. I swear like a drunken sailor. Um, it emphasizes points, but like I said, again, I just made the decision when I came on YouTube that I thought I could get my point across without swearing. So that's why I really try to watch my language on here. And again, it depends on the company I'm with. If I'm with my group, they're like my family, okay? And so I swear. If I am home amongst my family members, I swear. I will tell you a funny story. My ex-wife, her brother, his son was raised down here in the South. Okay, I think he was down in like North Carolina or Tennessee, and he had come up to visit his father. So we were all together having a get together, and I'm just being me. And so the young man says to my then wife, he says, "Ma'am," he said, "your husband sure does say the F word a lot." I'm like, hey, I will tell you this right now. If I am mad and if I am really pissed about something, every other word out of my mouth will be the F word. I'll tell you that right now. So, but that's just, hey, situations sometimes, and they're just words, folks. That's the other thing with that, which always killed me. Who determined that this word or that word is a foul language or dirty word? You know, who decided that? So Mountain Man said, "I leave the swearing up to my wife." Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, it depends on the people in the situation. Yep, yep, and exactly. I mean, I if I'm around older people, I'm going to try to watch my language and I try to be respectful. And that's just, it depends on the company that I'm with. If if I'm comfortable around the people that I'm with, then I'm just me, and I just say what I say, you know. So anyway, so that's kind of that. But you know, uh, folks, again, I want to always continue to encourage you. JJ said, Ed, we Geminis have a wide base of colorful vocabulary. Yes, we do. Well, like I said, I just say it like it is. I am honest to a fault. You know, people, like you said, you know, if you don't lie, you don't have to remember what you said because you told the truth. So they, you know, the trolls will like to try to trip you up and catch you saying something that, you know, oh, you said this, that's not what you said before, and blah blah blah. Well, you know, I don't have to remember anything. I don't have to go, geez, I got to remember. Yeah, Jason will be back down here. I think he's planning. I don't know if he's going to be here next month or if he's planning on coming down in November. Yeah, it's been a while since Jason's been here, and I can't wait for Jason to come back and see firsthand all the improvements that we've had here at the homestead. Guys, you hear that rain? That rain's coming pretty good now. Coming pretty good now. So, anyway, guys, you know, like I said, continue to prep, continue to get ready, take care of the people that you care about, have a plan. You know, that's important. Capricorns will let the language fly too, especially when pushed to their limit. I think everybody's kind of like that, you know. I got a kick in high school in German class when some students wanted German word for some swear words. The teacher refused to answer the question. That's funny. That's funny. But one term that I've heard down here, I got to tell you that I love. Love this, guys, and I'd never heard it until I came down here to West Virginia. I go ask somebody, "How are you doing today?" And they go, "Well, I'm hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit." And I'm like, God, I love that. That is awesome. Hanging in there like a hair in a biscuit. That is just too much. So Dawn Hill said, I'm a Pisces and my mouth is awful when I'm mad. How's the underground shelter coming? We have some work to do in there, which we plan on getting going. So yeah, there's a game plan for that, and so that's kind of where we're at with that one. It'll come together. We just gotta buckle down on a few things and get things squared away, and we'll get there with the bunker. But it's going to take some time. You know, we were trying to get. We would have to try to drill it now. We were trying to push through a pipe, and that's just not going to work. But to do a drilling would fine as a fair. That's funny. Um, we would have to drill it, but we're looking at probably to get to where we need to go 30 to 40 feet. And I just don't know how that's going to work. So we may have to go a different route than that. So we're going to have to just kind of play it by ear. But, you know, after the big range, you might have to cut the grass again. Yeah, I hope not, because the riding lawnmower is out of commission at the moment. So that would not be good. That would not be good. Or either that or the next get together, have everybody bring their push mowers down and we have a push party. So, but Healthier Health says, how deep and wide? We're 12 feet down into the ground. And then width wise, probably 6 to 8 feet wide. And then maybe 4 feet in length. And then we go into the hill. So, you know, we got a game plan. We're going to see what happens with that, but we're definitely going to need to get on that. We have want to try to get some stuff done next month, so we'll have to see what's going to happen with that. So it's a process, and I really want to be safe with what we're doing. Digging wise, we're probably not going to go any deeper in right at the moment until we get everything shored up. The width wise that we want to get it, you know, as far as the tunnel that's already dug out, and get it secured. I don't want to take any chances with anybody's life, and I don't want to go any deeper until we're going. How's the knees holding up pretty good? No swelling. It's still a little tender here and there. I know that I'm not 100% yet, but I'm definitely better. Thank you for asking that, JJ. How are you doing, man? How is everything with you? Are you doing okay? So you got to get out of Florida and get yourself up to Tennessee too, man. So, but anyway, guys, I am going to jump off of here for now. Please continue at prep, take care of your business, do what you need to do. I will talk to you all soon. I don't know when I'm going to be able to live stream again. I may do a live stream on Saturday. Definitely will not be able to do one Friday. Definitely will not be able to do one on Sunday. But I may. I'm getting better as time goes on. Good, man. Glad to hear it. Um, I may do a live stream Saturday. I will post it as soon as I can to let you guys know. And but hopefully I can do that. So we will see. So anyway, guys, please be safe. Keep prepping. Take care of your business. Take care of your families. And I will talk to you all later. Have a great day. Prepper Nurse One, out for now.